Stemming from Sri Harinamam Vyakaranam and the Kāraka Prakaranam, the fourth chapter, Sutra 636. Kriya yat sadhika tat karma. We read about Karta in quite a detail. Now, coming to karma. What the Kriya achieves is called the karma, like a fruit. Hmm, like a fruit. So, Vritti, that Karaka for the achievement of which the Kriya proceeds is called the karma. Hmm. For the achievement of which the Kriya proceeds. Yeah, so basically Kriya done in order to Kriya, the activity performed or executed in order to achieve or let's say accomplish a particular fruit, yeah, is karma. That is called karma. Regarding the word sadhika, the Kriya is treated as a karma. This is, we'll skip this. Mm, okay, I will read Amrita. In the definition of the Kalapa grammarians, namely yat kriyate tat karma, the reason which has to be inferred is again because the meaning of Dunkri Karane is included in all dhatus. Supadma Vyakarana, Kramadishwara, and others say Kriya Vyapyam Karma. The karma is that which is pervaded by the Kriya. In the Vritti, by the word Yat, in Yat Sadhika, the word Sadhya is understood. The meaning of the word Sadhya is Sadhyate Yat Tat Sadhyam Karma. That which is achieved is called Sadhya, or in other words, the karma. Uh, then we'll read from here. Then with the final sentence of the Vritti. The karma is of four kinds. So this is important. The karma is of five kinds. Utpadya, produced. Vikarya, transformed. Um, Sanskarya, enhanced. Prapya, attained. And Tyajya, abandoned. What the food? Examples of each of these are given in the next vritti. So examples are given in the next vritti. So we'll see. Similarly, the kriya is of five kinds. Utpadika, like a kriya, which produces something. Vikarika transforms something. Sanskarika, it enhances something. Prapika, it attains something. Tyajika, it abandons something. So all the kriyas or the verbs, they fit into either of these categories, and all the karmas, they fit into either of these categories mentioned here. Five of them. Examples are coming in the next one. S- mm, so basically, 636th sutra says, Kriya yat sadhika tat karma, that karma is that which is attained by the execution or the performance of the kriya. Yeah. Hmm. Karmani dvitiya. Advitiya Vishnu Bhakti is used when the karma is anukta. Yeah. When the karma is anukta, the anukta is like brought forward in all these sutras. It's not repeated again and again. So, Ditya Vishnu Bhakti is used when the karma is anukta. Mm, only when the karma is anukta. For example, Vaishnava malam karoti, the Vaishnava makes a garland, which means the Vaishnava is the karta of the activity of making the garland in the present. Um, Here, the karma's relationship with the kriya is secondary because only the karta is being expressed. Yeah, karta is expressed, so karma is secondary. That's obvious. Further examples are Annam Pachati, he cooks the rice. When it says Annam Pachati, it automatically refers to Saha Annam Pachati or any third person, Annam Pachati. Because tip is used in uh, third person, right? Jalam Vasayati, he makes the water fragrant. Krishna Mandiram Gachati, he goes to the temple of Krishna. Swagriham Tyajati, he leaves his home. In the examples, Krishnam Sprishati, he touches Krishna. Krishnam Pashyati, he sees Krishna. Krishnam Shrunoti, he hears Krishna. And so on. The karma is also Prapya. Uh, it will be more explained in the Vrittis now. Examples when the Karta is in the Madhyama Purusha are Tvam Malam Karoshi, you make a garland. Hmm. And so on. And examples when the Karta is in the Uttama Purusha are Aham Malam Karomi, I make a garland, and so on. If there is expectancy of the karma of a sakarmaka dhatu, the relationship of a karma is still allowed even though the pratyay is applied in bhavi prayoga. Um, Gamyate maya gramam, going to the village is done by me. But when the karma is ukta by a pratyay applied in karmani prayoga, we get Vaishnavena mala kriyate. Yeah, here mala is ukta. Yeah, and here gramam was object, the karma, which means the garland is karma of the Vaishnava's activity of making in the present. Here, the karma's relationship with the kriya is the main thing because only the karma is being expressed, right? Similarly, we get Vaishnavena male kriyate. Kriyate, sorry, this is two, dvivachan. Mala male. When Yushmad and Asmad are ukta, we get Vaishnavena tvam kriyase. When Yushmad and Asmad are ukta, we get Vaishnavena tvam kriyase. You are made by the Vaishnava and so on. So tvam Vaishnavena kriyase. You are made by the Vaishnava. So here, this tvam is ukta. Vaishnavena aham kriye. I am made by the Vaishnava. Oh, actually, I was discussing this with. I was discussing with this. Let me click a photo of this. But when something is the karta of one kriya and the karma of another, then that thing is ukta by both pratyayas. An example of this is Shri Krishna Bhaktan Pashyati Bhaktair Drishyate Cha. This is a nice example. Shri Krishna is the karta of the verb Pashyati and he's simultaneously the karma for the verb Drishyate. So Lord Krishna sees the devotees and he is seen by the devotees. So here Shri Krishna remains Ukta. Yeah. The Tulyadikarana Visheshana, Tulyadikarana is the Saman Adhikarana Visheshana. So we read about this on the previous second chapter. Yeah. So the Tulyadikarana Visheshana of a karma is also considered a karma because the Kriya also achieves it. Yeah, this is important. And a new concept, so to say. For example, Uttamam Malam Karoti. Now, if we see here, let's say Ramaha Malam Karoti. Rama makes a garland. Now, the Visheshana for Mala is Uttama, best garland, nice quality garland. So, the relationship here is Tamcha Uttamam Karoti. He makes the garland and he makes the bestness. Such is the case elsewhere also. So, basically, the point is that by doing the activity, the Dukri Karane, he's attaining the garland, right? They are, what you say? They are like stringing the flowers together um, into the thread and so on. So achieving that garland, that form, that shape, the garland, that object. And then Uttama, and also achievement of like bestness of that garland. a quality. So that visheshana, like that is also attained by the performance or the execution of the activity. Quite a subtle point. That the visheshana of a karma is also considered a karma, first of all, because the kriya also achieves it, right? Okay. Amrita says the example Vaishnavo. Now there were five examples given by Jiva Goswami, and they will be classified into those five categories we read in the last sutra, right? Utpaditaya, Vikaritaya, and so on. So Vaishnavaha Malam Karoti illustrates the karma being utpadya, produced, because the mala is being produced, right? Yeah, the flowers were there scattered, the thread is there, the needle, and then by performance of that activity, it's produced, right? So that's utpaditaya. So here the kriya karoti becomes utpadika, it is producing something. And the mala, the object, the karma becomes utpadya. The same thing, utpadika and utpadya means something which is produced. And the four examples beginning from Annam Pachati are sequential examples when the karma is vikarya and so on. uh, one second. Okay, then let's go back and do those examples. So we got the first example, right? The first one is clear. Vaishnava Malam Kroti is the Utpadyataya. There the karma is Utpadya, the karma is produced, and the Kriya is Utpadika. That's number one. Then the second one is, what is the second one?
Vikarya.
Yeah, the second one is Vikarya, which is transformed. So Utpadya was produced. So like Vaishnava Malam Karoti. The second one is Vikarya. So Vikarya is transformed. So the example given is Annam Pachati. Let's say Saha Annam Pachati. Now he is cooking the rice. Okay. The rice, the object is getting transformed from like its raw form to its cooked to its ripened form, right? There's a transformation. Mm, let's say uh, Rama is taking initiation, let's say, in English. So that's also a transformation, Vikar, because now the persona, the character, the person, Ram, is getting transformed by the process of taking initiation. So, any other example for transformation? Transform, like, mm, okay, let's do the whole and then we will discuss more examples. The third one is sanskaritaya, enhanced. There is a subtle difference between the second and the third one. Although the third one looks alike the second one, right? Enhancement, transformation. So, sanskara. Example given is, what's the example given, Mataji, in the next vritti? Okay, I will see just a second. So, first example is done Vaishnava Malam Groti Utpadite. The karma is being produced. The second example is Annam Pachati. He cooks the rice, so here the object is being transformed. The same rice is being transformed. It's not produced here, right? Hmm. So then the third example is Jalam Vasayati. So it comes into the category of enhancement. He makes the water fragrant, Vasayati. Like let's say by adding some perfume or something. So enhancing the quality. Transformation is changing the form of an object, changing the form of the same of one object. Enhancement is improving the quality. Yeah, improvement or yeah, upgradation, let's say, in a way. So he makes the water fragrant.
So then there should be a case for degradation too, right?
I think decoration will come in enhancement.
Degradation. He
Oh,
degrades
okay, okay,
something.
okay. Um, will come into the category of transformation. It's not given.
Hmm.
Then the fourth example given is Krishna Mandiram Gachati.
Like Sa Pashum Tadeti.
I'm sorry.
Like Sa Pashum Tadeti or Sa Pashum or something, just to take away their life or to beat them or something. It's just degrading their status.
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss about this. Let's finish these five and then we'll come. Krishna Mandiram Gachati, he goes to the temple of Krishna. So by performing the activity of going Gachati, what is being attained? The object, the mandira. So that's an example for the prapya. The karma is prapya, it's attained, attainable, right? The mandira. And then the fifth one is tyajya, the object which is abandoned. So swagriham tyajati. So the griha here is abandoned, tyajya. Okay. So now Amrita says further, in all, so we did this, right? The example Vaishnava Malam Karoti illustrates the karma being utpadya, and the four examples beginning from Annam Pachati are sequential examples when the karma is vikarya and so on. So we did this, right? So the first one was utpadya, Vaishnava Malam Karoti. Second one was vikarya, Annam Pachati, like transformation. Third one was enhancement, Sanskarya. So Jalam Vasayati. Fourth one was Krishna Mandiram Gachati. Mm, attainable, attained, Prapya. And the fifth one was Tyajya, abandoned. So Agriham Tyajati. In all of these examples, the karmas are achieved by karmendriyas, working senses. Quite nice. Karma is that which is attained by the execution of an activity, right? Kriya yat sadhika tat karma. And then the instruments or the means to perform that sadhana, that activity, that vyapara, the means, the instruments are the senses. If you actually see, you can give a lecture, like, a philosophical lecture on these topics. Well connected. I think I told you once. So my Guruji told me once that in Bengal there was one Pandit, Brahmana Vaishnava Pandit. So very renowned scholar of that area. So and a genuine one, not like unauthentic. So he was a teacher of Harinama Vyakaranam. He would teach. Plus, he would a very well-known reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam. He was a very nice Kathavach. He would recite the Kathas on Bhagavatam every day for hours and hours. So he had his two books, like one was Harinama with Vyakaranam and big size, and one was Bhagavatam big size. And he would wrap those two books, in particular cloth, let's say red cloth, like pothi in India. So, yeah, so what happened? So the size of the books, the pothi, were the same. So every day he would go take his Bhagavatam pothi, that Bhagavatam wrapped within the cloth. He would take that, go to the Katha program place, and he would do Katha from Bhagavatam. One day, what happened? In a hurry, he, mistakenly took Harinama Mrityakranam along with him, that pothi of Harinama Mrityakranam, and and he opened the book there while he was to give the Katha, and it was Harinama Mrityakranam. And surprisingly, my Guruji was telling that he did Bhagavatam Katha taking reference from Harinama Vyakaranam for 3 4 hours. So just a point. So in all of these examples, the karmas are achieved by karmendriyas, working senses like the hands and so on. But in order to show that the seeing and so on achieved by the jnanendriyas, uh, like the eyes and so on, is included within the category of prapti. Jiva Goswami says in the examples Krishna, Sprishati, and so on, the karma is also prapya. Yeah, so when we say examples like Krishnam, Sprishati, ityadi, here the karma is prapya because by the activity of touching, let's say, or seeing, we are attaining that object. It's more clear here. For example, it is understood that Krishnam Sprishati means Sparsha Dwara Krishnam Prapnoti. Nicely explained, right? Sparsha Dwara Krishnam Prapnoti. He attains Krishna by means of touch and so on. Similarly, Tulasim Jigrati means to smell. Grana dwara tulasim prapnoti. He attains tulasi by means of smell. And Krishnam Gayati means Gana dwara Krishnam prapnoti. He attains Krishna by means of sound. The meditation and so on achieved by the mind is also included within the category of prapti. For example, Krishnam dhyayati means dhyanena Krishna sanyogam prapnoti. He attains a link with Krishna through meditation. The intent of the sentence tam malam uttamam cha karoti is uttamatvam cha kriyayah sadhyatvam. The bestness is also achieved by the kriya. It was said that the visheshana of a karma is also a karma because it is also achieved by the performance of the activity, the kriya. So that was about this sutra. Hmm. Anything here in this sutra? Any point or any example of either of those five?
So here the six senses include the mind. That's how you have the dhyanena.
Yeah.
The mind is both a karmendriya and a jnanendriya.
Hmm.
So there is a subtle point, though. So I think now I don't remember how it works with the tenses, but in various languages there's the perfect and the imperfect.
Mhm.
So imperfect is, one is doing an action, and perfect is that the action is completed. So here, Krishnam dhyayati implies that I'm trying to meditate on Krishna. I'm meditating, thinking that I'm meditating on Krishna, but saying prapnoti means that I actually succeeded in meditating on Krishna.
Okay.
So isn't it a little different?
Uh,
So,
to to compare like Sanskrit with English in this sense, is won't be like safe because what I have seen, and also it will come ahead in the same chapter, that the achyuta pratyas, let's say, tipta santi siddhasta ityadi, they work for both. Let's say,
okay.
yeah, let's say aham padhami, aham padhami. It could either mean I'm studying, like a continuous tense, or it could be I study, like a perfect, present perfect. Present perfect, right? I study and I am studying. So,
Well, in English, the present isn't, I mean, like perfect happens only in the past, but I don't know about other languages.
Yeah, so
But
I study and I'm studying. Could mean either of
so in English, the past could be I was studying or I studied.
them. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I was studying doesn't mean that I actually, learned everything that I was trying to study, but I studied. I mean, I guess it's not as clear in English, but in some other languages like Russian and some other
Mhm.
ones, there's a very clear distinction. There's different verbal forms.
Oh, okay.
If one actually achieved the um, the goal versus one was doing the action continuously. So you're saying in Sanskrit either could be by the same
Yeah,
verb.
it could mean either of those. 638th Sutra. Kriya Visheshanam Karma Tacha Brahmaika Vachanam Sadanuktam Cha. The Visheshana of a Kriya is called Karma. Kriya Visheshanam Karma. So Kriya's Visheshana is called Karma and is it's always neuter, singular, and it's Anukta, of course. Anukta. For example, Shighram Malam Karoti. So the verb is Karoti and the Visheshana for the Kriya is Shighram. He quickly makes the garland. You know how the garland is being made, so Shighram. So the Kriya Visheshana is always singular and in Brahmalinga, neuter gender, and it's a karma. Shighram Mala Kriyate, the garland is made quickly. Here, although Mala is in Prathama, right? But Shighram being the Visheshana for the Kriya, it has got nothing to do with Mala, right? So it's still in Ekvachana, it's in Brahmalinga, and it's karma. It's the karma. Which means Shighram Yatha Syat Tadrisham. The making of the garland is done in such a way that it is quick. Shighram Yatha Syat Tadrisham Mala Kriyate. Because the Pratyaya expresses the Karta and so on, its karma is Antarbhuta, existing inside in the form of the meaning of the Dhatu, Bhu, and so on, which express it. Sometimes the words Shighra and so on are employed as Visheshanas of that. Hmm. We'll do this tomorrow. You know, it's really like, although it seems like simple things, but very profound understandings and concepts.
In English, I think we call that an adverb. It's a visheshan of a kriya.
Yes, yes. Canto 1, Chapter 8, text, I believe 35 something. Javanika, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37. Yeah, 37 is done. 38, done. 39, done. 40th. I think 40th, right? 40th.
I
Ime,
wasn't here last week, but I did 40 last night, so you couldn't have done 40 last week.
yeah, so we did till 39th. If you remember, we did Gadadhara and so on. So, text 40th. Ime janapadah sriddha supakvaushadhi virudha vanadri nadyudan nadyun no vanadri vanadri nadyudanvanto ये धन्ते तव वीक्षितैः कुन्ती महारानी continuing अपि च तव वीक्षिताः तव कृपां लभमानाः सुपक्वौषधि विरुध सुपक्वाः औषधः फलपाकान्ताः विरुध लताश्च येषां ते वनाद्रि नदी उदन्वन्तः वनानि पर्वताः नद्यः सागरः च यत्र सन्ति ते तथा सुरिताः सुसमृद्धाः इमे जनपदाः देशाः एतन्ते हि वर्धन्ते एव. So Kunti Maharana is saying that
Sorry, before you start, I mean, you said it very fluently, but I had trouble with this word sfridha.
okay,
How do you say that?
that's Sfriddha.
Sfridha.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Sfriddha. Apicha means moreover. Like it's a continuation from the previous verses. Like in the previous verse, Kunti Maharani said that He Gadadhar Yatha Idanim Iyam Asmat Palya Bhumi Swalakshana Vilakshitaihi Tvatpadai Ankita Bhati Yat Tatra Tvai Nirgate Sari Tathana Shobhishyate. That this land of ours, it looks decorated while you're here, but or as long as you're here, and it won't be so if you go away, right? This land won't look that nice. It won't be looking shobhit or shobhayaman if you go from here. So in continuation of that, moreover, a picture, all these lands, Janapada, Desha, yeah, Desha could mean places, lands which are Susmridha, very prosperous. They are prosperous, or they prosper, they increase, Vardhante. Um, or yeah, they are prospering, let's say they are prospering, a continuous tense. They become very susamriddha. Very susamriddha could be um, wealthy, prosperous, again, same. I think even they could be translated. They become, yeah, they grow, prosper, actually the same thing, prosper. So they're prospering. um, the the jungles, the forests, the mountains, the rivers, the oceans. So the places, the nations, yeah, which are having forests, mountains, rivers, oceans, and they also have supakva oshadha, medicines, which are like ripened medicines, literally supakva, or very effective. Or virudha. Virudha is a tree, right? Plant, herb, shrub. So this these nations, they have herbs, medicines, oshada, phalapakanta. We'll have to see what is phalapakanta. Phalapakanta. And also lata, creepers. Hmm. So basically, the point is, image Janapada, all these places, these nations, like Indraprastha and so on, they are prospering mm, to the maximum, along with the mountains. It has parvatas, nadi, sagaras, along with the aushadis, the medicines, the shrubs, the herbs, the creepers. So, because tava kripam lavamana, because you cast your glance, viksha is glancing. So you cast your glance upon them. Basically, they're receiving mercy from you. So whenever you put your glance upon this place, or yeah, so it becomes prosperous. This is the point. We'll have to look what is Phalapakan.
Sorry, what was Virudha again?
Viruddha is herb.
Herb.
Yeah, it says herb, plant, shrub. This Svriddha is made of like two words here. One is Su and another is Riddha. So,
I
like
see.
we say Riddhi Siddhi, like Riddhi and Siddhi. So Riddhi refers to prosperity, success, good fortune, like that. Text 41. अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्धि दृढ़ं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु अथ अथवा यदि गच्छसि तर्हि इति अर्थः हे विश्वात्मन् सर्वान्तर्यामिन् विश्वेश सर्वेश्वर विश्वमूर्ते विश्वजीव विग्रह स्वकेषु आत्मीयेषु पागुषु I think this is Pandushu. पाण्डवेषु
Oh, oops. Sorry.
कृष्णेषु यादवेषु च मे मम इमं चित्तव्याकुलतारूपं स्नेहपाशां प्रबलप्रेमबन्धं बन्धनं छिन्धि खण्डय. So then Kunti Maharani says that Atha, or else if we have decided to go, if we are leaving, yadi gachasi, then in that case, O my Lord, O the super soul uh, of every living being, O the supreme controller, Sarveshwara, O the universal form, O the Lord who bears the universal form, Vishwajiva Vigraha, or yeah, then please do penetrate or cut down this Prabala Prema Bandhana, the strong bound of love, of affection, um, which is there within my heart. And yeah, towards the Yadavas and towards the Pandavas who are my own Atmi, my own sons. Yeah, so please cut down that Sneha Pasha, that bond of affection, strong bond of affection. Actually, by saying the word bond itself, it means a very strong bond. We don't need to put that adjective. Bond means a bond.
Yeah, this is a famous verse that is rather scary.
Hmm. Text 42.
How is this khande coming, Prabhu? What is this dhatu and how this uh, is it any form khande? Is it?
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
this
able to link
is
it.
the dhatu is khand, and this is the niyanta actually. Niyanta. So khand
Ah,
is
that's why.
niyanta.
Okay, okay, okay.
Basically,
Niyanta.
you may please cause my bond of affection to break like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Understood, Prabhu.
And what was so Byakula was just despondent, or
so
what is
vyakulata means agitation.
agitation? Okay.
So this agitation of my chitta, of my consciousness. त्वयि मे त्वयि मे how many shlokas are there? 52. त्वयि मे नन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते सकृत रतिमुद्वहता दद्धा गंगै गंगे वौ घमुदन्वति. Uh, just a second, please. So, hey Madhupati, Ganga Udanvanti. Is it Ganga? This is Ganga actually. गंगा उद्वन्वती 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 समुद्रे ओघम प्रवाहः इव मे अनन्य विषया त्वत् एकनिष्ठा मतिः त्वयि असकृत् निरन्तरम् अद्धा साक्षात्तिम् अनवच्छिन्ना प्रीतिम् उद्वहतां करोतु. So, O Madhupati, O my Lord, who is known as Madhupati, just like Ganga, the flow of Ganga, run towards the ocean, right? Samudra, Samudram Prati, Samudra, constantly. Eva, similarly, Eva may Ananya Vishaya. So let my um, Eknishthamati, let my intelligence, one pointed, or yeah, one pointed intelligence, Mati, Buddhi, um, run towards, or let it have Anavachinna Pritim. Anavachinna would be uninterrupted love.
Yes. Yes.
Let it have uninterrupted love or constant uninterrupted love or uninterrupted love towards you constantly. Yeah, let's select. This is the meaning. Okay. Anything here? Okay. Okay, then we'll resume tomorrow with this.
Okay, Prabhu. Thanks a lot. Thank
Hare
you, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Thanks, everyone. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.